Hey, what's up, fellas? I'm Melissa Female Fan. Steve Malicious here, and I wanted to talk for a few minutes about the Microsoft Surface Duo. But before we do that, thank you so much to all the new subscribers, up over 540 as of the taping of this video. It's really insane. If you love the technology, if you love the phones, go ahead and give that subscribe button a tussle. It certainly means a lot to me. If you could caress that like button while you're there, it helps a lot more people see the video, which is, of course, helpful to the channel. So the Microsoft Surface Duo. This is what I was excited about for a long time, ever since they announced it. I'm like, well, number one, I'm thinking, well, Microsoft's getting back into phones. Perhaps there'd be a Windows Mobile-esque launcher to go along with it, which seems like they're going to have some integration with their apps, of course, stuff like that. Not a full Windows Mobile experience, which was wishful thinking, but it was nice to go back on GSM Arena, click on the Microsoft section, and see a newer device that wasn't the Lumia 650 from 5 years ago. So welcome back, Microsoft. So a bunch of people have some issues with the device, and I think mine are a little bit different than what other people were focusing on. The big thing, the price tag, I didn't think it was going to be $1,400. That's number one. I figured, hey, at least $1,000. You're understanding it's not a foldable screen, right? It's just a hinge technology. You got kind of the goofy aspect ratio. I understand they're nicely resolutioned OLED displays. That's okay. But it's still not you're not in that kind of price range, I think, with that kind of device. And we'll talk about why in a moment. A lot of people are focusing on the Snapdragon 855 in it. I'm okay with that. This is more of a productivity device. You're not going to be gaming a ton on it. You're not going to be doing a bunch of high-end stuff on it. You're going to be typing out emails, which I still think might be goofy, even with the 4:3 resolution, kind of typing like that, how they had it, where it's like a mini laptop, like a Palm Top almost. You're going to be reading and editing documents. You're going to be working on PDFs and PowerPoints on that one. That's kind of the focus of the device. So I didn't have as much of an issue with the Snapdragon 855. What I did have an issue with, though, 6 gigs of RAM. I mean, this is a productivity device, right? You're going to have spreadsheets open. You're going to have Word documents open. You're going to be working on several projects at once. You're going to have stuff on both screens. Multiple apps open. 6 gigs? That kind of caught me by surprise. That was the first red flag. I'm like, well, wait a minute now. I understand you don't need the latest and greatest Snapdragon in there. If you're working on certain things, you don't need that for your Excel spreadsheet. But you might want, on an app focused or a device focused on work like that, to have more than 6 gigs of RAM. The other thing that caught me was the 128 or 256 gigs of storage, but non-expandable. Wouldn't you want to be pulling projects back and forth? Have that flexibility, the SD card, the extra memory you might need for things that you might need to pull into documents? That was a little suspect to me. The other thing is, when you think about where this particular device falls and where what they're charging for it, I have a couple questions. So when I think about this device, I think about the competitors from LG, right? With those dual screen things. You have the Velvet, you have the V60 with the dual screen, you even have the G8X with the dual screen. And what I like about that implementation of the dual screen, I understand it's not hinged. You can't go straight back around. You can't have a kind of a TP going on there where you have people looking at different parts of a presentation across a table. That's all cool, and I'm sure that could be implemented in a future update from LG where they can make another one that kind of folds all the way around. But with the LG devices, you get a traditional smartphone that you could use for games, music, video, all that stuff, and a traditional aspect ratio, and the latest and greatest specs, and a better camera when you don't need the two screens. And when you do need the two screens, you slot it in and you got it. I understand there's no pen support. The Surface Pen support is nice on the Microsoft device, but for $1,400, when the LG package, you're getting 865, more RAM, better display, right around the same display, but the resolution. But you're getting more features. You're getting the quad DAC, and you're getting that flexibility of being able to remove it from the dual screen when you don't need the dual screen, and then putting it back in when you do. The Microsoft device, you're stuck. That's it. I mean, I understand it's kind of more than just a cell phone. They're kind of marketing it as that productivity tool. But if you're using it as your everyday device, which is $1,400, that's going to be your device a lot of times. You're going to fold that thing over with the 5.6 inch 4 by 3 ratio and put that to your. It's like imagine having your like a 3DS XL. You're just kind of that's kind of what you're dealing with. I picture when I think about it. And to me, it's a little off. It's a little off. I mean, I applaud Microsoft for getting back into it and trying something different. Because that's what you need. Competition's good. Innovation's good. But I question the actual usage of it and how much you'll need those dual screens. How much that's going to affect the battery life. Remember, that's two 5.6-inch OLED panels that a 3,500 milliamp hour battery is going to be pushing. 2K resolutions too. That's going to take a hit if you're using both at the same time. And ask yourself, like when you look at those LG devices, ask yourself how often you're really utilizing two screens at once. And if that's going to be worth the premium you're paying for the Microsoft device, or if it might be nice as a novelty, you get the LG, $100 extra bucks, you get the dual screen case, you pop it in, and when you don't need it, you pop it out. Now that being said, let me say this about Microsoft. I'm loving that they're making phones again. Personally, I would love to see something along the lines of, here, see if I can get it out without crashing everything. The Surface design. So I would love to see just a slab like this. Okay, it could even be aluminum. I don't need the wireless charging, whatever. You charge $500-600 for it. With the, I don't even know what you'd call this. Kind of the bezels on the side here. If you just made a Surface phone mobile slab and had the brushed aluminum design, you could even get different colors. Can you imagine a brushed aluminum blue or a maroon or something like that? Like those two colors you used to get on the iPod Touches on a affordable Microsoft Windows skinned Android device? $500-600, even if it's mid-tier? I'd be lining up for that. So while I don't think the Surface Duo, at least at $1,400, is an attractive option for a lot of people, including myself, and I was looking forward to that because I like the design language of the Surface devices. I think they're really cool, and for that in phone form would have been awesome, but it just doesn't speak to me. But let me know. Listen, if in the comment section below, if you guys are still excited about it, if you're gonna pre-order it, you know, the 128 gig at, I mean the 256 at what, $1,500-1,600? Let me know. Listen, if you're still excited, if you have a use for it, or if you're really the person that has the Excel spreadsheet and the dock open at the same time, and you need it on both screens. Or if you'd like to see something along the lines of what I described. Man, a Surface phone? Harkening back to the days of the Lumias? A little different color action? A little different industrial design? That would be awesome to me. But if you've made it this far, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Until next time, have that Steve-licious day.